It's that time of the year again, folks. Back in the Christmas spirit, time for another Christmas/winter game review for Red Ribbon reviewers. Before we begin, I'd like to give a quick mention to the Greater Than AIDS organization. Through targeted media messages and community outreach, Greater Than AIDS and its partners work to increase knowledge and understanding of HIV/AIDS and confront the stigma surrounding the disease, while promoting actions to stem its spread. For more information, check the link in the description below. Thank you. Now on to the review. After SSX Tricky was released, development of SSX 3 had begun. Tricky was a pretty good step up from the original, so how would EA improve with 3? While tightening up the gameplay, improving the visuals and presentation, and connecting the courses via 3 peaks to span an entire mountain. By doing this, and then some, EA created not just the best entry in the entire SSX lineup, but also one of the best video games of all time. This is SSX 3, released on October 20th, 2003 in North America, and Halloween 2003 for Europe, for the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox. SSX 3 has 3 modes of play: single event, which lets you race on any track you've unlocked, multiplayer, and the big new career mode, Conquer the Mountain. This mode puts you on one big peak to free roam. That's right, you can now freely explore the mountain, and it's quite the experience. It allows you to spend more time with the mountain, become one with it. This was unlike anything seen in Tricky and makes the game feel fresh. On top of the new career mode, several new characters joined the fun. Allegra Sauvages, apologies if I butchered that, Griff Simmons, Nate Logan, and Vigo Rolig. In addition, most of the characters from the previous game return. Well, I have to put an asterisk next to it because it's technically all. However, Brody, Eddie, JP, Luther, Marisol, and Sia are only available as cheat characters. Just replacement skins. Still a nice thing though. Other cheat characters include Hero and Jurgen from SSX 1, and Marty, Max replacement in the PAL version of SSX Tricky. In addition, there are some very weird cheat characters. Stretch from NBA Jam, a cow, a bunny, a steam machine, a skeleton, what I assume is the Yeti, a masked rider, and a beaver. Yeah. When you start career mode, you'll be dropped onto peak 1. There are 3 peaks total. Each peak follows the same format. They have a lodge for you to buy gear to customize your ride, a transportation option that lets you warp to any race should you not want to free ride, and they have several different events. 2 races, and about 3 freestyle events. 1 slopestyle, 1 big air, and 1 super pipe. The races are point A to B and remain unchanged from the previous games. Slopestyle has you get the most points for doing tricks, and they now take place on different courses. Big Air only has a couple of ramps for you to get the most points possible from a single jump, and Super Pipe has you going down long half pipes. There are enough variety of modes to keep the players coming back. After completing the specific events that correspond to the category, Racing Freestyle, the boss of the peak will challenge you. One will be the intro run for the peak, and the second will go down the whole peak. You'll have races where you race them, and freestyle events where you try to beat them with points for trip by doing tricks. Win both runs, and you'll get access to the next peak. Repeat until all peaks have been conquered. You can also find other challenges throughout the peaks as you free ride. As you keep going through the game, you'll earn money to buy attributes, customization parts for your characters, new boards, cheat characters, and all sorts of other extras like art and posters and all that jazz. Even after you've conquered all 3 peaks, you may still have to get these, which adds to the replayability of the game. The graphics have been given a major step up from the previous game. Models and environments look crisper and cleaner. It looks even better in 480p, which all versions of the game support. although I couldn't get it to work in the PlayStation 2 version for some reason through one setup. The snow also moves more realistically, and the design of the tracks are very cool. At times you'll be racing in the city at night or on the mountain during the day. Other times you'll be racing through storm-like conditions with heavy winds and lightning knocking down trees. Not to mention, it sounds so good. Sound effects are well in place, and the soundtrack now has licensed music. With a mix of techno, pop-punk, indie rock, and a few other oddities, it fits so well. The controls have also been tightened up. It still uses the excellent setup from Tricky, but it feels smoother than Tricky, and it's easier to pull off insane trick combos. The aggression system is back, but the pre-race interactions aren't. That's a shame. The Uber trick system has also been reworked a little. Instead of spelling out Tricky, you spell out Super Uber. Start with level 1 Uber tricks, spell out Uber. Then go to level 2, spell out Super, and then you'll get infinite boost for a good while before it takes you back down to just the second level. Spell out Super again though, and you're back to where you were. The game itself also has enough of a challenge to push you to get better, but not rage like crazy, which is the right kind of challenge for me. It also feels fast, especially when you use a boost. It's fun, and the improved controls make it even better. SSX 3 is not just an excellent snowboarding game, it's not just the best in the series, it's also one of the best games of all time, and it would definitely be in my top 10 games I've ever played. It looks, plays, and sounds well. It does everything that Tricky did right, improve upon it, and reinvent the career mode to give it a more fresh feeling. It also adds new stuff that feels welcome, and not just a gimmick. To be honest, I can't really find any bad things in the game to talk about it. I mean, it's playable and it's fully functional, and yeah, I mean, it works. Crazy, I know, but it still holds up actually very well. If you own the PS2, GameCube, or Xbox and don't have this game in your collection, you are doing a disservice to yourself. The Xbox version is even compatible with Xbox One, and it looks even better than it did when it came out. Hell, if you have the X, I do believe you can actually play it upscale to around 4K, if I remember correctly. Not only fun to play around Christmas time, it's also fun to play at any time. You should absolutely play SSX 3. I give SSX 3 a perfect 5 out of 5 with a badass seal of approval. It's just such a shame that EA has left this one behind in the dust, this series in general, you know. But hey, we still have this gem to fawn back on. So, with that said, Merry Christmas, Happy Festivus, Hanukkah, Heartswarming, or whatever the hell you celebrate. Especially Heartswarming, that last one for a certain Earth Pony and Changeling pairing. Just happy holidays. And if you have a problem with any of that, well, I got nothing for you. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, click the big red button below to subscribe. Check out the other links in the description for more cool stuff. And check out the playlist on screen for more content. See you in the next video.